Disney Nation, and welcome to another special video. Today, we are talking about my 10 favorite movies of 2022 so far. I always like to do a little 6-month recap of the films that I liked, the movies I did. Well, it's just going to tell you, these are the 10 movies I think, if I was at the year ended right now, this is where my top 10 would be. And so, the always interesting question is, what movies on this top 10 will make the list at the end of the year? Because, you know, we always have more Oscar movies. We're still in the middle of summer. There's still a few movies coming out. The fall movies, there's always those hidden gems that you never know about until they actually get released. So, I'm curious to see where this year ends, because I really like this top 10, and all 10 of these movies I actually would consider enjoyable. Sometimes when I do a top 10, that number 10, number 9 movie, I'm just like, throw away. And the number 10 movie is kind of a throwaway movie, but, you know, it's a film I actually really enjoy. So let's get right into it. No honorable mentions, we're going straight into a 10 through 1 list. Let's go. At number 10, I'm going with Ambulance. Ambulance was a movie I was not really expecting to enjoy at all, but I have to say I really enjoyed Ambulance. You know, it's a movie directed by Michael Bay. You know how I feel about Michael Bay. Hate that guy. But, you know, every 10 years he makes that movie I kind of enjoy. And I don't think it's Michael Bay. I think we had peak Michael Bay in this movie, from the waving the American flag in slow motion, every character being somehow involved in the military. We had all that, but for me, what makes this movie really stand out is the key performances from Jake Gyllenhaal and his brother character. I thought those two had insane good chemistry and were really playing off each other really good. And Jake Gyllenhaal is just an active force that he's just a wrecking crew. I mean, he's just so good in this movie, and that's why I put Ambulance at 10. Also, the girl lead is pretty good. I like her. So overall, I recommend checking out Ambulance. It's definitely worthy on this list for, it's at number 10 spot. So, at number 9, I'm going with a Netflix movie called Hustle. This is Adam Sandler. He is a agent for the 76ers. He finds his once in a lifetime gym, and he's trying to get out of the scouting game. Wants to become a coach, and you really had a really good dynamic in this movie. I really thought Adam Sandler was great. I mean, he's really the only actor in this movie, and you really have him and like Queen Latifah. She's in the movie. She's really a small role in the movie, and I have to say this movie did a really good job with the basketball players. I mean, these players, they're basketball players. They're still basketball players, and you're like, man, they were actually pretty decent in this movie. And for a movie to get athletes to be decent in a basketball movie, I thought it was very enjoyable. So I really liked Hustle. I would check it again. I watch it again on Netflix. If Adam Sandler never stars in a comedy, I'm fine with that, because he's 2 for 2, really 3 for 3 in dramatic roles. At number 8, I'm going with Downton Abbey: A New Era. I'm a big Downton Abbey fan, so I was really looking forward to this movie. I remember people were like, when I tell people that I prefer Downton Abbey over Doctor Strange in the month of May, and I still stand by that. I think Downton Abbey, if you're a fan of the TV show, you'll love the movie. If you never watched the show or watched the first movie, you're not going to like this movie. But it's for the fans, and I really like where the story goes. I like the send-off to the Lady Dowager, and I thought this movie was very enjoyable. I would definitely watch it again, and I love these characters. I could watch 5 more movies of this, and yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. At number 7, I'm going with the movie Elvis. Elvis is that movie, it's the last movie I saw. And you know, sometimes when you see that last movie, it kind of makes that impression for you to make it on your top 10. I have to say, I really like Elvis. Elvis is my favorite singer of all time. I love a good old biopic. And all 3 phases of the movie I really enjoy. And the movie has stuck with me for over the weekend. And I really enjoyed it. It's made me want to revisit some Elvis music, which, you know, I'm already a big Elvis fan. And for me to go even deeper down that Elvis rabbit hole and find more songs that I like, there's one song, Dare Do I Dream, I Dare to Dream. I mean, that's a song I've never even heard before, and the movie got me into that song. So, you know, it's just cool that sometimes the movies can get you more and more into their musicography. And I love this movie. I will definitely watch it when it comes out on HBO Max. And I'll probably buy this movie eventually. And it's one of those I really want to go back and rewatch. At number 6, I'm going with The Northman. The Northman was a very cool, interesting Viking story. It was a revenge story. Had a really cool cast from Alexander Skarsgård to Ethan Hawke and Nicole Kidman. The movie was very bloody. It was very action. It has reminds me of a lot of like Gladiator, Braveheart. Just not done as well, but I still really enjoyed it. It has that very Robert Eggers vibe to it. So if you're an Eggers fan, you'll really like this movie. I'm not the biggest Eggers guy, and I really like the stylistic of this movie. I think I really enjoyed it, and I will watch it again. At number 5, I'm going with Turning Red. This is the one Pixar movie I've watched this year. Or no, it's not Pixar. It's Disney. Or it's Pixar. I think it's Pixar. Because it came direct to Disney Plus. I really, really enjoyed this movie. You know, it was like set in like the 2000s. The girls all want to go to this pop band. She has this magical, her family can turn into giant red pandas, and she kind of has to accept who she is. The movie kind of goes into a little bit of her puberty and all that kind of stuff, and I really enjoyed Turning Red. It wasn't a movie, when I saw the trailers, I was like, I don't think I'm going to like that. But you know, every time now, Disney or Pixar, they'll make a movie I don't think I'm going to be interested at all, and I actually turned out to really, really enjoy it. So, Turning Red is a very good animated film, and for me to put an animated movie this high on my list is always a good sign. At number 4, I'm going with The Black Phone. 2 Ethan Hawke movies on this list. And just like with Elvis, this is another movie that's really stayed with me. I love psychological thrillers. It's becoming one of my top 3 genres of film right now. Probably like sci-fi, historical dramas, and then I throw in psychological thrillers. There's just something incredible about it. But, you know, he kidnaps these kids. He basically wants to kill them. He kind of gets off on it. And I was hearing like talks of maybe doing like a prequel or sequel, but really you don't need any of that, because the most creepy part about Ethan Hawke's character is that you don't know anything about him, and that's always the most intimidating villains in movies. And I like the sci-fi or the psychological or the supernatural effect in this movie, where this black phone and the kids are telling the one kid, this is what you don't do. And then also the sister, I thought she was good. The young casting was so good in this movie. So yeah, The Black Phone, definitely worthy on this list. Really, really enjoyed this. At number 3, I'm going with The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. This movie is such a good comedy. And you know, you have Nicolas Cage, who's playing the character he's always been born to play. Nick Cage. Pedro Pascal is good. The two have really good chemistry with each other. The comedy is right on point. Everyone in this movie delivers what they're supposed to do. And I love how over the top the movie is. I really like it. The action is so ridiculous at times, and the movie knows exactly what it is, and that's why I had to put it this high on my list. At number 2, I'm going with the Batman. I mean, when I saw The Batman, I was like, if there's a movie better than The Batman out the rest of this year, I will be shocked, because I love this movie. I love Detective Batman. I thought this really gets the character more than we've ever seen, and I really, really like the guy. I really like Robert Pattinson as Batman. I'm looking forward to see what more they do in the future. Hopefully, like Court of Owls or something. I think that would be very cool. But I really like what they did with his character. I liked bringing in really smaller characters that were bigger roles. I like it had a very Seven feel to it, and I just thought the Batman delivered on everything I want the Batman to really deliver on. And yeah, I'll be shocked. This is going to have to be a really incredible year for the Batman not to be one of my favorite movies of 2022. And my number 1 movie of 2022 so far is Top Gun Maverick. I love this movie. This movie, there's nothing really wrong with this movie. And when you're trying to, you're trying to think of things that are wrong with the movie, at that point, I'm nitpicking. And that's when you know it's a truly incredible film. And, you know, Tom Cruise, I mean, sometimes when you return to these projects 30 years after the original film, sometimes they don't go well. I don't know how this movie, I mean, the effects of the actual using the fighter jets was absolutely incredible. The action, the dogfight scenes, it felt like Star Wars. I mean, they even had that premise of going on the trench run. I was like, this is, I told my buddy, I was seeing the movie, I was like, Star Wars, man. I mean, this is what I've always pitched, a Star Wars Top Gun movie. I would totally watch that. Yeah, Top Gun Maverick is great. The performance is great. Tom Cruise, I don't think he's ever been better. He's definitely riding a high right now. And yeah, Top Gun Maverick, I was shocked that this is not my favorite movie of the year. So good luck to 2022, because there's a lot of movies coming out. But good luck topping Top Gun Maverick, because man, I got Need for Speed. Alright guys, that concludes my top 10 movies of the year so far. I'm looking forward to see what else comes out this year. I mean, there's some really interesting movies coming out. I'm seeing Thor next week. There's the Hunter of the Killer Flower Moon movie with Marty Scorsese. Then you also have Avatar 2. I've never seen the original Avatar. Will that movie make my list? So there's so many movies coming out the rest of this year. I'm looking forward to seeing them, and I can't wait to experience it with y'all, and hopefully y'all enjoy this video. So guys, have y'all seen any of these movies? What are your top 10 movies of the year so far? Wherever they are, comment below, let me know. And guys, if you like this video, click that thumbs button. Subscribe to see more Take Press by Easy Nation. All too easy.